मैंने क्या क्या कर लिया था तुम्हारा? यार तो मेरी जिंदगी रुड़ गई थी, मैं मर रहा था, कुछ बोल रहा, तुमने क्या करा था मेरे साथ?
Sumit confronted his parents about marrying Jenny. And what happened? It was beyond what I expected. First of all, his dad was throwing major shade.
कोई और देख ले से बुड्ढी, उससे कर ले, किसी से भी कर सकता हूं। 100 साल की देख ले, उससे कर ले।
And well, his mom, she came through the door ready for battle.
मैं जेनी के साथ बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद करती, ना करती थी, ना करूंगी, और अब इसके साथ नहीं रहने दूंगी इसको, और अपने साथ लेके जाऊंगी सुमित को।
Plus, we have to talk about Brittany meeting up with Yazan's brother, who by the end of their conversation felt moved enough to wipe away her tears. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. You know what? We are not gonna waste any time. I'll get to Brittany learning about Yazan's dad's death threat in just a moment. But first, let's get into this intense confrontation that was honestly hard to watch. It all started when Sumit planned to tell his mom and dad about marrying Jenny after they got engaged. But his soon-to-be wife, God willing, got a little too excited and decided to tell his brother their plans, which was a huge mistake because he has a problem with keeping it a secret. So his wife stepped in and convinced Sumit to tell his parents immediately.
I'm keep telling them since a long time, I want to marry, like
Fine,
over years.
but I
like, now
think you
if I'm
should
doing it-
inform to mom and dad that you're getting engaged tomorrow. That's a big day for you and big day for them as well. If they come to know from anybody else, that's going to hurt them more, and I think the situation will be more sour.
She was so right. She was. And a part of me wanted her to be wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Because while all of this sounds good, it's a recipe for disaster, which is exactly what we got. Sumit invited his parents over, and his mom, she came in hot with a full-on attitude.
First time है।
नहीं, हम पहली बार आए हैं।
हम जेनी की वजह से नहीं आना चाहते थे, हमें पसंद नहीं है वो।
Once they got in the house and said their phony hellos to Jenny, Sumit broke the news.
मैं शादी करने की सोच रहा हूँ।
हमारी लाश पर से गुजरना पड़ेगा।
I love your son. I'm not leaving him alone.
Jenny, you do not say that to an angry mother. You don't do that. She got a little bold right there. Luckily, Sumit's mom didn't understand that. By the way, his mother's reaction to the news wasn't too surprising. It was Sumit's dad who shocked me. He just kept coming with jab after jab, not only throwing shade at Jenny, but his own son.
ये ढूंढ लिया शादी के लिए? अमेरिका? अबे कोई और तू ढूंढेगा तेरे को और मिल जाएंगे, 1000 अच्छे, लाख करोड़ अच्छे मिलेंगे इससे। यही मिले तेरे को जिंदगी में? तू ढूंढ रहा?
ये बुढ़ापा, बाल सफेद, ये हमसे दूर लेके।
आपने दिया है,
ये सब ये इसकी वजह से हो रहा है, तू बुड्ढा, जैसे बुड्ढी वो है वैसे बुड्ढा खुद हो रहा है।
आपने दिया है।
मैं बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ना चाहती इसके साथ।
क्यों नहीं?
मैं बिल्कुल नहीं, छोड़ दे जेनी इसको, पहले बता रही हूँ तेरे को।
Jenny doesn't know what's going on right now, but she knows that look.
It's that angry, mean, mad lady look.
Yes, and it's also that you better leave my child alone look. I've seen it before. Now, before we judge Sumit's mom and dad too harshly, I think it's fair to really consider their point of view. His mom thinks that when people see Sumit and Jenny together, they question whether she and her husband instilled the right values in him. She also revealed that they feel ashamed and walk around with their eyes lowered because of this situation. Now, in my opinion, walking around feeling shameful, that's a choice. That's not Jenny or Sumit's fault. At the same time, because this is such an odd relationship, I understand their disappointment. But let's be real here. Parents have the hard task of having to accept their kids' choices all the time. You either choose your child's happiness or the opinions of people out in the world who, quite frankly, don't really care about you.
दोनों में से चुन ले एक।
लड़ी आराम से बैठ के माँ बेटे वाली नजर से देख। ये मैंने क्या कर लिया था तुम्हारा? तुमने मेरी जिंदगी रुड़ गई थी। मैं मर रहा था, कुछ बोल रहा। तुमने क्या करा था मेरे साथ?
I cannot do this to this family. I need to just go back to America.
Those are moments where I think to myself, what are the producers thinking? What's the camera crew thinking? What could possibly be going through your mind as you're witnessing that? It was wild and heartbreaking all at the same time. And it's somebody's family, you know? All right, we gotta move on to Brittany, who said goodbye to our friend Angela this episode. She headed back to the States. So, in honor of her honesty with Brittany, we're gonna take a moment to just bask in her realness one more time.
Brittany has really gotten herself into the middle of a very serious situation. I love Brittany and I want her to have love and happiness in her life, and I know that Yazan brings that to her. I'm just not sure if they should risk so much for it. Oh my goodness. To be in your shoes.
I know. It's like crazy. I can't even believe I'm in my shoes.
Yeah.
We all need friends like Angela. Well, when it comes to Brittany and Yazan, earlier in the episode, he brought a translator to dinner. And because of that, Brittany was able to clearly understand that if they move forward with their relationship, Yazan could possibly be disowned by his family. To learn more about how serious the situation is, she took the translator to go meet with Yazan's brother, who has never really been that fond of her.
There are people in the family who genuinely hate him now. And it might get to the point where they might decide to kill him.
Wow.
Because they believe that when he does that, he's not just affecting himself, he's affecting the entire family.
Now, Brittany cried for a good little minute. I think on top of it just being too much, she was also scared for Yazan. And his brother felt that as well.
What's wrong, Aki?
What's wrong?
Huh?
It's just like, it's so hard because I don't want him to lose you.
ما بدي يخسركم.
يعني عدم مؤاخذة، أنا لو كل الدنيا هي وقفت ضد يزن أنا حوقف معاه.
Yazan will never lose me. I want to stand next to him.
يزن بحب كثير.
I know that Yazan loves me very much.
Thank you.
If you thought that this man was beautiful before, I know the moment he stood up to wipe those tears away, took it to another level. Because it did for me. That was so sweet. He also put his foot down and made it clear to Brittany that if they move forward, Yazan is going to lose a lot of things that are very important to him. So she needs to step up and be everything he needs. Unlike Sumit's brother, he's willing to cover for them as they try to work things out.
بدي أساعد أخوي لأنه أخوي الكبير، يعني الأخو سند. كان في عندي شوية شكوك باتجاه بريتني، بس معقول يعني حدا يعيط هيك لله؟ وأكيد يعني سادي، أكيد بتحبه يعني.
Brittany left the conversation with a lot to think about. But I just want to take a moment to show some appreciation to this translator, Adam. He is the real MVP of this episode. Adam came through and brought some understanding. And I'm sure there were times where he was like, what did I just get hired for? It is not every day that you run into a Brittany and Yazan situation. All right, well, next week on The Other Way, the fight between Sumit and his parents continues.
हर एक चीज भाई मैं जिंदगी में तंग आ चुका हूं मैं अपने
नहीं होने दूंगी
क्यों नहीं होने दोगे भाई मैं नहीं मैं मेरे बस की नहीं है
ऐसा नहीं करने दूंगी तेरे को इसे मेरे बेटे को छोड़ दे no talking to these people no talking.
Oof, I may need to go meditate after that. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because as usual, we are covering it all. I'll see you next time.